Hey everyone, Mike here from Pixel. PRTG allows for managed service providers to cater to their customers' individual monitoring needs. So let's talk about how PRTG can be set up for MSPs and why limited visibility for your customers isn't necessarily a bad thing. Often carefully tailored access delivers a better experience for users while protecting the MSP's operational efficiency. For example, you don't want customers to have access to each other's monitoring. Additionally, most customers generally don't need or want access to the full complexity of their monitoring environment. So it's often a case of less is more. So let's take a look at how it can work. So here we are back in our PRTG test instance. So MSPs have many customers and they need to have visibility on what they're monitoring, and they obviously need to know if notifications have been seen so they can confirm if the problems are being worked on or not. Very important. So they don't want a customer to see everything, just things which are important for them. And this is really easily done in PRTG. So for this example, so my customer, I want them only to see the local probe. That's where their monitoring sits at the moment, so I want them only to have access and see that when they log in. So to do that, we're going to go to the user groups. We're going to add a user group. And then we're going to give the user group a name. I'm learning German at the moment, so I'm going to call it the German name, Kunde 1. So we've got our customer 1 user group there. Let's create the user group. PRTG wants some credentials, so let's give the credentials. Okay, so our user group is now created. Now I want to add a user for it. So let's give it a login name again. Now, so this is I want this to be a read-only user. So let's give it the name read. So read. The display name can be I'm going to give that the same. PRTG needs an email address. So that for the purposes of this can be anything. So let's go with that. And then secure password, obviously. Let's confirm the password. And then, as I mentioned, I want this to be a read-only user. So we're going to select read-only user. And our primary group there is set to the default user group, but I'd like it to be in the Kunde 1 group, as we mentioned. So I'm going to select that and then click Create. Now, an important note which I need to mention here is that PRTG will also automatically assign this to the default user group as well, as you can see here in the group membership. So what you will need to do is go ahead and manually change that, because it's added it to both, to the Kunde 1 group and to the default user group. So we can do that in the user group. So let's find our default user groups. And there we go. Yeah, it's automatically added there, but we can just turn that off. Let's save that. No, okay, it needs me to authenticate again. Okay, and then I'll probably need to recheck that, I think. Yep, okay, so let's turn off our customer, save that. And there, now it's gone from the user groups, but it's still in the Kunde 1 group. So now the last thing we want to do is to assign the access rights to the local probe. So we're going to go to, I'm going to right click on the local probe. And this will allow me to limit the access to it. So we're going to go to Edit Access Rights. And then currently you can see it's got no access set, but we want to give them read-only access. So let's go to the inherited access, which is no access, and set that to read. Click OK. And now if we go to give this a test, let's log in as our customer 1. And if everything has worked, perfect. this customer can now only access and see the local probe, exactly what we wanted. So that gives you a great overview of how easy it is to set user access for MSPs or any other application. It really is a great way of simplifying your customers' monitoring and making it nice and straightforward for them. They can only access and see what you want them to see. So I hope that was helpful to you. See you next time.